one of the things that's useful to understand about stress and habitual ways in which we deal with stress is that the same stressor might not lead to the same response in every individual. That is, something that might stress me might have absolutely no effect on you. So, because of that, we could distinguish between stress and threat. So, stress would be a description of an outside event like some event that a person considers stressful, like let's say a car accident. Now, for a person, let's say, who had lost their parents as a young person in a car accident, that car accident is stressful, but it's more than stressful. It's personally threatening because it evokes in that person their history with similar kinds of situations or accidents. So it's important to understand that the way we respond internally to stress depends to a large extent on how threatening that particular stress is to us. Like, for example, if you had a classroom full of students that are taking an exam, all of whom were equally intelligent, some might be test anxious and some might not. So the same stressor, the test, has totally different effects on the students that's test anxious and the students that aren't. So what does the student that's test anxious do? When the test is handed out in front of them, they don't immediately go and try to answer the questions or understand the test. They start, because of the personal threat involved to them in terms of the test, they start thinking about themselves. Like, did I prepare enough for this? It looks like the other students are farther along. I don't really understand this question. And so all of that thinking and all that self-talk is actually dividing their attention from the task at hand and splitting it between responding to the test and responding to their own internal response to threat. It's important to distinguish between those two because there are a number of things that human beings can do to reduce threat. And we'll talk about some of those in future Facebook live posts and in other areas. But it's useful just to remind yourself, just because something is threatening to you doesn't mean that you're stuck with that habitual way of responding to it or that predisposition for the rest of your life. People can change and the brain can change throughout life.